Hey, guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing okay. I hope that life is treating you right and kind and just. I'm not going to be on here very long, but I had to come on just to say hello to you guys for a little bit. So how's everybody doing? How was your day? I hope it was good. Mine was really good. I had a really good day. I was extremely excited and life is good. So I'm making the best of everything that I have. So hey Tony. I'm sorry, Tom. Sorry. Hey Tom, welcome to Hello World. Good to see you. Um, So yeah, how was your day, Tom? Um, what was I gonna say? Let me concentrate. Hey Ronan, how you doing? Yeah, I'm not that good at looking at the chat and reading the chat and also paying attention to what I'm talking about at the same time. I'm not really good at that, but I can get better. Anything is possible, right? One of these days I'll be able to see like the chat going crazy, crazy, crazy and still be able to read everything. But anyway, how was your day, Ronan? How you doing? Good to see you. Um, it was a long day, but nonetheless, it was good. Your day was good too. Today is a new day for you. It's 2 o'clock. Oh, okay. Where is today for you? What part of the country or the world are you in? That is so dope to really understand that you are in another scope of the world and we're here. Hey Lucky, how you doing? Welcome to Hello World. Good to see you. Today's Friday in the UK. That's so dope. Now, would you wish that it was still Thursday? Hey, Frugal Wellness with Frugal Mama. How you doing? Love the name change. Although I like the other name too. Unless you have multiple channels. Hey, Short Bus. How you doing? Good to see you. I don't really have a real topic today because I've been running so late. But I am thankful that I'm safe. I've been protected. That everything can. Nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary, and the things that are temporal can be fixed, and the things that are fixed that are temporal, I have to remind myself that those things are temporal and can be fixed, so that I take life a lot easier. Have you guys ever had that issue where you kind of forget that nothing is really set in stone and that you can absolutely change the course or the tide of whatever is going on? You ever think about that? So, like, if you don't like something, you do realize that you can unlike it, right? Hey, Tiff, how you doing? Good to see you. We have a member. We have a member, and it's Brooklyn and White Boy. How you doing? Good to see you. I had to realize that, like, everything is temporary. Even the circumstances and the situations that you're going through, they are all temporary. So if you are having a good segment of your life, you better suck it in, love it, hold it, kiss it, rub it, be thankful for it, because just around the corner, trouble could be there. And we always know trouble don't last always. Too. How was your day, Brooklyn? How was your day, Tiff? So, with that kind of idea, and I'm like thinking about it to myself, and I'm like, wait a second, everything is temporal. Everything is temporal. Even this show, at any moment in time, I could say no more, or you two could say no more, or you could say no more. And what's a show or a live without anybody there? Not much of it, right? So be thankful for your current, even if it may not be good. Be thankful for your current, even if it's amazing. Because the next day or the next moment, it can just become good. But be thankful in all things. Because in all things, when you give thanks, that's showing a whole lot of gratitude and saying, give me more, please. I remember 2 years ago, 3 years ago, right? We're talking about, I started this Hello World back in 2018, the end of it, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so 3 years ago, I sat here and talked about the ability to be grateful for what you have so you can make room for more. And I was like, we should be this open, right? I want my blessings to go beyond my fingertips, beyond my grasp, beyond my ability to hug it. I want that joint to be flowing out of me. I want it to be literally flowing out of me. When you have tears of joy and happiness, it's just like you're so, has anybody ever felt that where you're so overwhelmed with happiness that like nothing but tears. There's nothing else that can satisfy the emotion, but just tears just streaming out of your eyes. I'm sure that we all have had those moments. But think about it. Have you ever thought about it in that way? Like, wow, I physically couldn't, I emotionally couldn't do anything, but my physical body reacted. That's the kind of happiness I want all of us to have. Where it's just like, you can't even say, it's just your body is just pouring out. Mm, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. It is. Yes, I usually release the control of the expected outcome. Girl, Tiff, we were talking about letting go last night and surrendering. Actually, we were talking about surrendering last night and having the ability or the desire to want to surrender, right? Because we throw around words like they're novelties. We forget the meaning, or then maybe we were never taught the true meaning of the words that we speak. And we throw it around like nothing. But surrender, to really, really, really surrender. Are you absolutely willing to do so? Because it's going to require a little bit of sacrifice from you in order to really fully surrender. I was thinking about surrendering all day today, and I was like, okay, I said I'm going to surrender. I started to surrender. And then things that I can't control started to rise up. And I said, no, 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 no. I just have to let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Because it's beyond my own comprehension or understanding. So what am I left to do but to surrender? Right? So when you have this much ability and room to receive, imagine the blessings that come. Better health reports, better vehicle, better jobs, better house, better shelter, better relationship. Doesn't mean you're changing your spouse or your husband, your wife, but it just means that maybe you guys can cooperate better. You can become a team. Aren't you ready for that? Aren't we all ready for that? Yes, we all are. Absolutely. And when you do reach that overwhelming sense of gratitude for everything in your life, you can sit back and just be like, look at God, my maker, my creator. You love me that much that you let me see past my own self and let me get things that I never really deserved until I sacrificed a little bit of my ego, my pride, and control. That's all it takes, guys. Oh, you know the Trinity, 3 in 1? Those three things. Those three things. Get rid of ego, pride, and surrender it all. That's the perfect, that's the perfect remedy to all of the things that we desire to be fixed. Y'all, it's just a thought that hit my head, okay? Look beyond your circumstances. And as I said, I'm not saying the circumstance has to be bad. See, we always think when we say look beyond, it's always because of something bad. You may be okay and happy, but what if there was even more happy? What if there was extreme happiness? Don't you want to get a little taste of that too? If that was in your lifespan to experience, don't you want it? I do. Give me all my blessings. Hey, I want all my blessings now. Give me my blessings. Hey, I'm ready for them to come. Give me my blessings. Hey, I'm ready for them right now. Hey, give me my blessings. Hey, the sky is the limit. So, as we spoke the other day about the skies being the limit, why are you stopping right where you are? Keep going. Because the more you keep going, the more you keep flowing. The more you keep going and flowing, more people will come with you. The more people that come with you will also end up living their purpose and also seeing that the sky really is the limit. And since there is no cap, you might as well try to reach that. Remember that quote that I came up with the other day and I got torrential downpour on me? That's it, y'all. Yes. Hey, Latanya, how you doing? Those unexpected moments, miracles that make you weep. Yes. I want one of those again. Ooh, I want a bunch of them. But I don't really cry, but like I want to just be crying for that reason. And I want to be able to look back and just be like, dang. Ooh. So much so that I want to give and spread what I have. Because when you reach that utopia, you don't want to hold on to it by yourself. You want to give it to the world. Imagine all of us being that full that we have no choice but to want to give at least a minuscule of what we have to the world that doesn't see what you can see. But we all have to be in a receptive state of mind and position. And in order for that to happen, we got to work on ourselves. We have to work on a lot of things that we grew up enduring. And even sometimes the things that we endure as an adolescent into adulthood, preteen, all of it, even up until this very moment. Sometimes we have traumas and we just say, it's not a big deal, it'll go away. No, it is important. It is very important because if you don't see it as important, how can you be willing to surrender? I have to think about, like I said all day today, I was thinking about that. Like, boy, you said you want to surrender, but yet you holding on. Why are you holding on? Let go. There's nothing to hold on. You know why? Because a little piece of that pride and that little ego kept trying to rise up and say, that's still messed up. But guess what? It's holding me back. It's holding you back. Let it go. Let it go. Something, something in the world. Let it go. Let it go because the possibilities overflow and they're more important than the thing you really try to hold on to. And remember, everything is temporal, including this temple that is encapsulating our soul. So, what are you going to do now? Give it up. And like I said, it doesn't have to be bad. Just give it up. Let go. Let go. Tomorrow, I challenge all of us tomorrow. I challenge all of us to let go. Let go of the routine just for one day. Try it for one day. Let go of the routine. Let go of the expectation of your routine. Shoot, change up whatever you eat in the morning. Maybe get up extra early and do something different. Maybe meditate if you've never done so. Let go of the routine and try something different. Do it for one day and watch how your day flows a little different. And we established yesterday, I forget who said it, but I think it was Carol. Yep, Carol said it, that it's uncomfortable to experience even a little adjustment or change. See how I said adjustment? Because all it is an adjustment. Mm. How many of us are ready to be adjusted? How many of us want to be perfectly aligned? And it just asks for you to adjust a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Take a different path to your job if you're working. Walk down the opposite side of the street if you're always going the other way. Start speaking to people when you walk by them. And even if they do not respond, you still smile and said you gave out a blessing anyway. Because this right here can either give blessings or curses. So, what will you decide to do today or tomorrow? So, I challenge you, switch up. Heck, even in your own home, change that thing up. Make your living room your kitchen and your kitchen your living room just for a day. It sounds crazy, but that's what they told us what a living room's supposed to look like without a couch not in the kitchen. Bunk all that, change it. Who told us that that was the right way? Switch it up. Rearrange your bedroom, rearrange whatever. And even if you don't want to put your couch in the kitchen, fine. Maybe that's a little too extreme for you. But what? Oh, you think it's going to burn something? But yet you have dish towels right around your stove too. So what's the big deal? You have glass that if it breaks, it can become shards and you walk around barefoot or not. I don't know. Either way, anything could be a hazard. So switch it up. Instead of watching the morning news, watch the morning news. Get inspired. Or if you don't want to quote, open up a book and read up about herbs. Or if you don't want to do that, open up a real newspaper and read the stocks. Read what's really happening. I mean, a physical paper, not your tablet or your cell phone. Use real, tangible things that we can touch. Maybe instead of Instacarting or Uber Eatsing everything, go to the store and go inside, talk to the person at the counter, if they even still have that, order your food, Eat inside the restaurant instead of running home to sit in front of your couch and let all hair get out there and people watch or gaze just for a little bit. Or if you don't want to stay inside, go to your local park, sit outside on the grass without anything. Just sit on the grass. Because when you were a kid, you didn't have no problem sitting on grass, running in grass, tumbling over poop and didn't even realize it was poop. Got your hair all in there. You didn't have a problem then. All I'm saying is using these as examples of do something different tomorrow. Commit to doing something a little bit different. Switch up the routine. Yes. Switch up the patterns. Change it up so your life isn't the same old same. You should be having a different experience tomorrow. You never know. By you just speaking to a random person, that might become your next job or your business investment or deal. That might become your next best friend, or maybe that relationship that you were waiting for. You have no idea. None of us have any idea. Or maybe it might be nothing but you feeling happy and accomplished that you were able to look another human being in the eye and say, hello, and not feel all crazy inside for talking to another human being. Isn't that amazing that that is actually a thing? That is a legitimate challenge to legitimately challenge people to speak to random strangers. How foreign has that become? We should be ashamed of ourselves. Oh my goodness. I'm a little embarrassed. It's so foreign. And I don't want to hear the excuse for everybody crazy. But guess what? You will become someone's everybody too. You ain't crazy. And everybody isn't crazy. But what everybody is in need of love. Everybody is in need of compassion. Everybody is in need of a listening ear. Everybody is looking for someone to communicate with. That is a fact. Ain't nobody going to be able to convince me differently because I'm a human and I appreciate all aspects of whatever I just said. And I would love for that to happen to me at all times. So why wouldn't I think other humans would want that? Secretly, some people secretly want it because they don't realize at the forefront of their heart is nothing but coal, and distraction. So everything is a little jaded, misconstrued, a little twisted. Mm. Hey, Cherry, how you doing? Welcome to Hello World. Good to see you. Hey, At It Again Media, what's going on? Trap, how was your customer? How is the customer doing? Hey, Latanya, how you doing? Eat with C, what's going on? It's good to see you. Hello World welcomes you. Ooh, I feel like I sounded um like the train station welcomes you. Well, not exactly anymore. It's like the tone, the pitch and the tone was really good. He's in the hospital. Oh Lord. Hey Rico Smiles. Welcome to Hello World. Stand barefoot in the grass. Yes. And even if you end up standing in a little geese poop, guess what? It melted in the blades that you standing on now. You just don't see it. And somebody spit and peed on it. Oh God. Okay, never mind. Let me not make it too disgusting. But all things happened already on that grass. So it's okay. Put your foot in it. And then when you get in, just wash your feet off. You know what? Shame on me. I act like I can't even wash myself. And I do a lot. You see how quickly I made up an excuse in my head? I painted an ugly picture of nature. Shame on me. Nature is beautiful. Without that geese poop, the grass will not have fertilization. And without the human touch from that blade, the energies can't be transferred. We give the negative, it gives us the positive, and it can stay green. Because what we can't use, nature can use and recycle it and recycle it and make it clean for our best interest. Oh my goodness. Makes sense to me. Thank you, Brooklyn. Ooh, we have a member. We have a member. And it's swoop. There it is, like me. Our traveling trucker. How you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Afro. That is me and Afro are 2 days apart, birthday-wise. That's so dope. 2 days apart. And yet, 2 days apart, billions of people in the world, and yet we still ended up meeting in one common place. All because Infoman said, Joy, can you come on today? And I'm like, oh yeah. See, he did his part. Let's just continue to do all of our parts and keep on connecting each and every one of us together so we can fill needs and voids that we have. We all have a need or a void at some point in time. But who would have thunk it? All these years. I've known Infoman for about 3 years, 2 or 3 years. I don't know, give or take. I can't remember, but it's been a while. I've known Infoman for a long time. And then everything happened synchronized perfectly. And the same way how we are all here on this live together, I'm seeing new faces or faces that are familiar. If I wasn't already running from something else and coming here at this time and went instead of going earlier, we probably wouldn't have passed our cross. Our paths might not have crossed. What in the world? Our paths might not have crossed. Yeah. Sis, my dog pooped in the spot. And all of a sudden, I seen weeds or greens growing in that spot that have not. You see what I'm saying? Nature gives and gets what is needed. We just got to remember and see past this vision and start seeing things with this vision and with this heart. How many of us are willing to stop looking at things with this vision and this mindset and start looking at things from here? I'm ready. I'm willing. I'm able. And if it means for me to fully understand everything, to surrender, I'm trying, but I want to. I want whatever's best for me. And I want whatever's best for everyone else. Whatever your best is, I want you to experience it and have it. But the only way you can is if you surrender, work on some of those traumas, get disciplined in setting goals, and doing everything to try to accomplish them. And having a heart and an attitude of gratitude and love for humanity. That's it. It's simple. Did it require money? No. Did it require educational background? No. It just required you. That's all it required. That's the only thing that life is requiring, you. It's not asking you for your credibility. It's asking for you to be you so it can help you become a better you. Hey, House of X, how you doing? X is in the building. How you doing? I love your message. I always speak to people, try to spread smiles to everyone, can end up making someone's day. Some people give the weird look, but niceness shouldn't we shouldn't be weird, should be normal. You're right. But guess what? You might have with those people that look at you weird, they probably haven't experienced any type of grace in so long. And it's foreign to them. Like, were you smiling at me? For real? Were you smiling at me? Was I supposed to be the eligible recipient of that grace? This is when we got to start allowing that instead of this and that. Sorry I missed you this afternoon. I was still busy. Oh, what's up, Hilda? How you doing? I don't even remember what I just said, Latanya. It's just like that, and I'm too lazy to go watch the replay. Oh, we had 30 minutes, so that's good. But now you understand why I love nature so much because it sustains me. And I always talked about nature. I started realizing nature more so when Hello World came about. That's when I really started really paying attention to nature and how much I truly dislike when people throw trash away on the ground, have little regard or respect. And I believe I started understanding why we had so many different type of weather patterns outside of people messing with the weather. If you don't want to believe me, watch Geostorm. Geostorm. Watch that movie and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I truly do love nature. Shoot, I never imagined becoming a tree hugger. Not literally, but like a lover of nature, understanding why it's so important. Like for real, I be wanting to fight people. I be wanting to fight people if I'm and I'm like, okay, on two occasions, I was on the street driving behind a car and they just hurled out all of their Burger King. I just was ready to jump out of my car and throw their garbage right back inside and be like, don't you dare. I'm like, oh my goodness. Can't people realize nature breathes? Nature has feelings. Nature is more human than us, but not really human. You understand? I just have to say it that way so we can understand the depth of it. Nature has feelings. Nature protects us when we don't even protect it, killing it by tearing down all the trees and putting all these stupid old condos up, not even 2, 3 stories, but 70 or 80 stories high, all within the same 100-mile radius, and then expect for it to hold it up on top of the trash, the very trash that you want to throw on. It's not even combustible. Shoot, y'all gonna make me want to recycle everything. I mean, I pretty much do. Please don't judge me because half of y'all will go to Bed Bath and Beyond and one of those big high-end stores to get one of these mason jars when they really were this was a jar of olives. Y'all would pay $8 for this when it used to be a jar of olives and drink out of it like, oh, I paid $27, $30 for it. Do you like my new wine glass? It was a daggone olive jar. Why does it seem more high end when somebody changes it into something that it really did? They didn't even have to change it. They didn't even put no design on it. You just buy it straight up like this. $10, $30. Oh, this is cute. I want one. I'm gonna get 4 pieces. $20 a piece you paying for this. And Martha Stewart or anyone else who put their names on the side, engrave it on the side, and you say, well, oh, it's a delicate piece of glass. I want to drink out of glass instead. So I want to buy my next Martha Stewart glass. This is a mason jar from Martha Stewart. I'm just using her as an example. Meanwhile, they took the lid off of a olive jar, engraved the name, and that's your mason glass. I recycled this. Whatever I paid for the olives is recycled. And the only reason why I started recycling glass is because it's more healthy than plastic. Now, do I drink out of plastic? Yeah, okay, guys, yes. I do have plastic bottles here and there, but for the most part, at least I'm trying. I'm not even ashamed. I don't care. Who am I impressing? I want to impress nature and say thank you for sustaining me and having patience with me and allowing the earth to be solid when I walk on it. You know how sometimes the road splits for whatever reason, the roads? You could be walking right down and then the roads captures your whole entire behind, sucks you up. Nobody thinks about that, right? Or we don't think about it's not the first thought in our mind, like, oh, well, the sidewalk is there, ain't gonna come up. How you know? We rely on other people's construction to keep it. No, it's nature that's keeping it still. Because a blade of grass can still grow between those concrete slabs. That is how powerful nature is. And yet we literally respect it the least. And then treat humanity just as bad. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Jessica Hicks, how you doing? Dollar Tree sells them. Right. You see what I'm saying? They went right over to the recycle thing and said, oh, I want this, is it, and then resold it. And we drinking poop now, right? Well, no, this isn't poop, but I'm just saying when it went to the dollar store and all them other places, they got it from the recycle place and just washed it off with that hot steam. But yeah, it was sitting in garbage. Buying spaces, buying spaces at the building. What's up, sis? How you doing? Nothing wrong with Dollar Tree. Ain't nothing wrong with no Dollar Tree. But if it's okay for our commercial stores to repurpose things, it's absolutely okay for us to repurpose things that we have. Before you start throwing away things that you think is garbage or what we've been trained to believe is garbage, look at that thing again and see if you can use it as another purpose. I'm just saying. Hey Terry, how you doing? So right, just think what the people in those Miami high rises went through. Oh yeah. People can sometimes get blinded by a person selling a product. They overlook the value of product, like the famous carnival owner P.T. Benham, and the sucker is born every minute. I saw something crazy. No, I saw something on Instagram today, like, scrolling through my feed, and it was like a Monopoly board, and it was a Monopoly board, and there were men sitting around a Monopoly board. But under the Monopoly board, which would be a table, were humans like this. And they were basically saying that, similar to what you just said, People make us think that we need stuff to buy things, and we become consumers repeatedly for the same thing that we not don't necessarily need. Hey, Carter, how you doing? Carter's Eats is in the building. How are you? I don't care what anyone says. I love Dollar Tree. I know that's right. That high rise collapse was so tragic. Yeah. Oh, she's in the ads. New, yeah, them little tiny apartments, right? It's not the same Brooklyn you thinking about. I know, Joy. I try not to be a hoarder. I keep stuff. Oh no. Then maybe make it art. Oh, ooh, ooh, and turn it into little plant vases, right? Ooh, you can have your little garden in there. Ooh, repurpose it that way. You could put your little garden in there, put some soil, that seed, and watch your vegetation and your next meal grow in a couple months. And not just one offshoot, but a bunch of offshoots can come from that one little thing. Oh my goodness, you just inspired me, Latanya. That's how we can get our little indoor gardens, y'all. I've seen people harvest cabbage, started it off in little egg crates. Yes, it's not impossible, guys. Oh, y'all inspiring me. I can sense you're very in touch with your pineal gland. Really? If we all looked at things through our third eye, we wouldn't be obsessed with what we see through our physical eye. Rico, I don't know what it is. I don't really like to have a label on me. But a lot of times, Rico, when things come out of my mouth, I'm like, oh, snap. I didn't realize that was, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. So I'll be learning too. I'll be like, oh, but whatever, whomever is working through me, I appreciate that I'm a worthy enough vessel. And I only want to do right by humanity and whatever God make or whatever you want to associate it with has placed me to carry for that moment. You know what I mean? But yes, guys, start to hold nature at a high standard. Love that thing. Shoot, even if one day you want to just be like, oh my goodness, asphalt, I love you. Do it. Because it's all showing gratitude for the very thing that holds all of us up. I'm dead serious. Because if we want to stop having all of these hurricanes, tsunamis, then we'll be like, you know what? Those electronic devices don't have to be flying around in the limitless sky as much. And maybe, just maybe, we'll honor nature and be thankful and show gratitude by giving whatever toxic stuff that we have back to the earth so it can recycle and turn it into something treasurable for us. Stop throwing things in our sea. Stop trampling on the grass, like trampling on flowers, y'all. Stop building. That's for me, for me, that's what it is. Stop building. Stop building on this poor earth. I'm from Jersey City. And what's going on in Jersey City? I had to let go because it was really upsetting me, but I had to let go. Every time I turn around, a, a plot that used to have maybe a 2-story apartment building or a 3-story apartment building rode down, and now they digging deep. It's like, dang, you doing a root canal on the earth. How you think they feel? Got these machineries just digging down deeper, deeper. You won't give it a break. You can't give it a break. I don't care what your survey said. I don't care if your survey said, well, it can take this amount of, I don't care. Because the day nature says, I'm not doing this no more, I need my space back. Guess who will all suffer? Not the builders, not the ones that sold the building, but the people that inhabit it and the cars that inhabit it, right? Because we just put weight on top of weight on top of weight on top of weight now. You got billion-ton building with tons of car weight, then tons of rooms, 2 or 3 story beds, with everybody's bed, couch, TV, toys, all the furnishings, all those extra tons. And yet and still, we can't say, all right, enough is enough. Let's give it a little, let's let the land breathe a little bit. Maybe just put a little park there, like a little fence. Just put a little fence around and let the flowers grow on its own. Trim it here and there, but let it grow. Can we do that? No, we want that mighty dollar. The very thing nature wants from us does not cost us a thing, but just a little gratitude. We don't have to put no dollars into it. Why is it, and I'm going to leave after this, why is it that the things that do not cost us anything are the hardest things to do? Love, peace, doesn't cost us anything, not nominally at least. But then again, some people have to learn how to love. But still, we still have it. Amen. Stop building so the wildlife stops coming into our backyards. Here in Florida, each day you can see more and more trees. Oh my goodness. It is. Y'all, the building that I work in, we all have a third eye in our brains. Yes, we do. I've always had gifts that I couldn't explain, but just through research, I have few words that I can at least try to help others understand what I be talking about, but words could never explain my experiences. Ooh, that's deep. In GA, I have to turn a blind eye. I live where animals might come out of the woods anytime. I feel so bad seeing a deer and her baby looking for the oh. Hey Charlene, how you doing? The monopoly board represents money and the human beings underneath treated as exactly. Why do you think large companies have human resource departments? Yup, to control the human as a beast. Y'all, he said it. Or burden. People find a way to charge for love and peace. Yeah, that's true too. But it's free. The kind of love that we need is absolutely free, but we don't want to do the work to do it because that requires something that we don't have, something that we can't just insta give. You can find $1 or $2 somewhere, but to say that you want to love, that means working out a few things that requires something that we have no control over. Peace requires no money, but little less ego. And it's not necessary for millions of people to fall in line. We all just have to do it ourselves. And guess what? The millions of people will fall in line if we all do it ourselves. Each and every single one of us. If we do it ourselves, we will, in essence, have global peace. It's simple, but yet we'd rather do the complicated. Well, I'll pay for it today. Instant gratification. Oh man, I'm not happy anymore. I don't feel loved anymore. Here's another $20. You want peace? They told us the only way we can have peace is if we war. What? The only way we can have peace is if we have war. That's so strange. The only way we can have peace is if we have war. That's Just even thinking about it and speaking it just seems really strange to me. In order for me to be happy, I have to fight. In order for me to be happy, I have to crush somebody else. In order for me to be happy, I have to turn the blind eye to help my other human. Like, man, that's crazy. It's free. Yo, just like Rico said, let's start diving deeper into things that we don't know. Educate ourselves. Hang around people that do know a little bit more than you. I do. I certainly do. And I learn every day. And I'm so thankful that I ran into some people that are teaching me. Loving requires us to open our hearts and become vulnerable. It's why people do not love, even though it is free. Yep. Because we've been taught self love. Self love. Forget about everybody else at all costs. Just find it for yourself. Meanwhile, you need some people who will help you reach your self love. You never ever can get anywhere by yourself. I think self love should be taught differently. Like self love, yes, you want to reach in, but remember, you need help. So while you're reaching in, you have no problem surrendering to someone else coming alongside you and helping you up. Mm. Latanya, wise people will come in your life when you surrender and you ask. And whenever you're ready, you will absolutely have wise people in your life. Ego death. Yes, kill that ego. That ego is that I can do all things by myself. That ego and that pride, they're like, I can't admit that I need help, or I can't admit that I'm wrong, or I can't admit that I'm not as good as I thought I was, and I need help. Who built that up? Oh, because we were taught rely on yourself, make your own decisions. Nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying, not everybody understands making your own decision could also mean working with others to get to that decision. We need each other. Humanity will always need humans. I done told y'all I don't want to be in a robotic community. Heck, we don't even know if there's robots walking around now. Can you tell the difference? Y'all, they be tricking me on the phone now. I'm thinking I'm talking to a human being, and then they're like, oh no, thank you. Press one. And then I'm like, then people actually are on the phone, and I'm like, hello? Are you a human? And they're like, yeah. I was like, oh my goodness, I thought you were recording. They're like, no, it's me. I'm like, I can't even tell anymore. That's crazy. I said, is this a voicemail? No, it's me. I'm like, oh my goodness. But look at how far we're getting away from the human. Can't even understand the difference between a human and a robot. Are they making these audible voices so good? That's scary. That is scary that I can't or have a hard time deciphering between a human voice and a robot. So that could mean two things. The robot has been programmed to sound like a human, or a human has been programmed to sound like a robot. The feelings of human beings are being taken away. Ew. That I can't even understand the difference between real feelings, and staged. That's scary, y'all. Think about it. The next time you are on the phone or you answer the phone, wherever you are at your job or whatever, really listen and see if you can tell if that's a human voice or a robot. Mm. Miss Joy, a lot of farmers are doing what you were talking about, and it's called crop rotation. They plant one crop in the season, and the next season they plant a different crop so that the earth doesn't, ooh, have all of the one nutrient. Oh, that's so dope. By a specific crop, it allows. That is so dope. Itself, we need to learn from these farmers. That is so dope. I never real. Listening to Elon Musk's message about AI is worth the time. Mm, and I never heard of that, but I will. On a report card is subject that says, how well do you work with others? It's so important. It's true. Right? We can't even tell anymore. Ego pride, I try to do everything without help from someone else. I know I cannot do it all on my own. Well, look at Alexa. I don't mess with Alexa or Siri. I don't mess with them. Mm-mm. The most I mess with is Google for Google Maps. I don't mess with Alexa. Somebody gave me Alexa. I was like, that sounds too invasive. To be able to tell something to turn the light, I don't. That's too. That it's too much. It's too much. I left that thing unplugged. Unplugged. I don't even have it plugged in. I had left it unplugged. Siri is in a box somewhere. I mean, Alexa is in a box somewhere, unplugged, and will never be on. I don't want no Alexa. I don't want none of that. I want to be a human doing human things, being responsible and holding myself accountable for doing human things. No one else is responsible for these moving parts except for me. And if these moving parts are going to stay oiled and lubricated, I need to do the work myself, not Alexa. I don't want a robot thinking for me anymore. I want to be able to problem solve. But we have Alexa and Siri problem solving for us. That's weird. It started with the calculator. I believe it started with microwaves. I've told you guys that a while ago. Are all real human. Mm-mm. For real, I didn't know that. Hey Tim, how you doing? But I mean, this is the beginning of. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. Google only Alexa too much. I'm not ready. Oh, that's what I said. Oh, I didn't know they were human voices. Ew, that's disgusting, Cherry. They sound really stiff. Ew. No wonder I have a hard time audibly because then people start to sound like Alexa and start to speak like Alexa, right? Oh, people start to sound like Alexa, right? Because you have to speak a certain way for Alexa and Siri to understand what you're saying. So you start to use their same monotone. Alexa, play. And when Alexa doesn't get it right, you change up your own version of your voice, your vocals, so that Alexa can understand. So we are conforming to the robot either way. Oh my goodness, y'all, I just realized that now. Alexa, turn on. We sound like the daggone Alexa. That's scary. Let me find out you try to talk to Alexa, do this. Alexa will be like, repeat that, please. Alexa, do this. Oh, sure, no problem. Changing us and we're not even realizing that. I just realized it just now and I don't even have the thing. But everybody's talking to Alexa. Alexa, look, next time you at somebody's house and they have Alexa or Siri, watch how they sound. I guarantee you their monotone is the same thing as Alexa. Mhm. If life was actually the Matrix, we wouldn't even know. True. Everything we see, feel, touch, experience can all be complex programming. It's true, and there's no way to know. It's true, Rico. It's true. All of those Hollywood movies, like Eon Flux. Y'all ever seen that movie, Eon Flux? That's real. I'm really believing that. When they burst through that electromagnetic, then they were in the real world where the oxygen was different, or the watch Eon Flux, Fifth Element, RoboCop 1 through 20. Watch all the movies, y'all, and think about all of the different scenarios that we're going through. RoboCop. I associate RoboCop with the pandemic and the vaccine. Watch them all. Eon Flux and even what's the other one? Where she's a wolf, a half wolf and a half person, and then she's going around trying to kill them and save the one little girl who's a real human, and she's really a werewolf. Y'all know what movie I'm talking about. It's a female. I can't remember the name of the movie. But all of them movies. Watch them. Hollywood done told us 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Even when the movie The Net came out with, oh God, I can't remember my favorite actress name, or one of them. I can't remember her name at this moment, but that was when the computers started. All these movies on future AI tracking is all real. Yes, they are. Demolition Man, I ain't see that one. Sometimes, in order to be happy, you have to fight your way out of a situation. Remember, the United States did not want to go into World War II. Yes, they did, with that money. It's always about money. When Pearl Harbor was attacked by Japan. But what did we do to Japan? Remember that. We had to fight in order to preserve the world peace. I can see the validity in that statement. You sometimes have to fight when you don't want to fight. That's living. Listen, but associated Terry, when you poke the bear and the bear pokes back at you, goes "Arr!" Back at you, who started it? And these wars are fought behind boardrooms. They're fought and started behind boardrooms over what? Land and oil. Because I want it more. I want what you have, so you can't have it. And then you have to ask me for what you used to have. That's that human carnal ego that started that. There was peace on earth until people started saying, well, I want more than you. We don't have to fight. Mm-mm. If we let go of ego and pride, we don't have. That's my belief, though. And that's why I'll never wear a suit, even if it's like a full dress, like going into somebody boardroom. Nope. You gonna see me in Beat a Difference t-shirt, a Beat a Difference pair of socks, maybe a hoodie, and some leggings. If I walk into somebody boardroom, I'm never wearing a suit. Never. Not even to play pretend. Nope. Because I associate suits with organized crime. And organized crime, if you look at all where organized crime came for, they all wearing suits. That's just me, what I thought, what I've gathered and seen. I don't trust that AI buddy apps because who is really listening into all that we know? That's true. Battlestar Galactica is a good, wait, Battlestar Galactica is good for seeing the genocide against humans by robots. Oh my goodness. Sandra Bullock, yes. hmm All the military stuff we think is now has already been in rotation. It's old news by 10, 20 years before they last, right? And you think that, oh, remember how they had the one wait, is Demolition Man where it's the one military person that like has a little bit of their subconscious left of what being a human is, so they don't turn into a full like killing machine? Is that Demolition Man? Or is that one of them other movies I'm thinking about? Where they took some of these military guys and they shot them up with all these different things to make them superhuman power so they don't die. And then they fought and they like that. I know that movie. Hold on. Oh, I'm behind on the chat. Hold up. Wait. Wait, the chat just stopped. It froze on me. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm far behind. The fighter over outer space. Who can or who can't reach people? Yeah, that's they problem. There's even X-rated robotic dolls. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. A lot I saw that they had a they were having like an expo on people who like own robots. This is when that show Humans came out, where they started saying that robots, in case you couldn't find somebody, you could get a female robot. Yeah. I Robot with Will Smith, the book that movie was written by Isaac. Oh, there's even yeah, yeah, yeah. hmm I seen they were doing an expo like that, and it's a real life thing. This was a couple years ago. But I tell you guys when I was like on YouTube before I like really understood lives or before I even entered lives, YouTube was showing and recommending me what the world is going to look like. And I guarantee you, I don't even know if I could find those videos if I was trying. And we talking about back in 2018 when I first started coming on YouTube. It said by 2050, our grandchildren will be marrying half human and half AIs. I didn't think it was weird. I was just like, well, that's what human, and they were talking about how that's what utopia would be, and it would be too boring. So they would have to shake it up and put some like bad stuff in there so that people could just like have a little dysfunction. And they showed like how perfect everything was. But it wasn't perfect with it was artificial perfect. That's what they said the year 2050. That's what they said. And they would be having babies with AI. Yep. Yep. And like I said, I didn't think it was, I was like, dang, I'm not going to be around for that. I think I was stuck at the point where, dang, I'm not even going to be alive to see that. 2050, I'm not even going to be alive to see. That's what I was saying in my head. And I didn't think of the gravity of what was actually now transforming into then. The government Japan have done experiment in using mechanical sex dolls and robots to replace prostitution. Really? They're already marrying robots? Hey, Angie Pooh, we have a member. We have a member. And it's Angie Pooh. Yo, Rico, I was watching some YouTube of when people were marrying inanimate objects. A female married the Eiffel Tower. Like, and it was a thing. Like, there's a thing like that. So, robots, like, do they know they're marrying robots, you think, Rico? You think they know they're marrying a robot? The company DARPA is making robots now. They have robot dogs that run as fast as a cheetah. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm-mm. I never thought we would be buying water to drink. Yes, Latanya. And old school 60s. Latanya, you ever think you would have to buy air? You do. We buy air now. because we have a mask. So we buy air, we buy a mask to protect us from the air and to give us subtle breaths of air, shots of air here and there. We buy air now too. Blessings for a wonderful night, your loves. You too. Oh, we're going to ask for permission to have babies. Watch two, procreate. Yes. The future seems very interesting. I don't know. I'm scared of that. Rico or anybody, y'all think people know they marrying robots now? Like, will they at least let you marrying somebody that don't really have a soul? So if at any moment you wake up and they're like in your face, it's because there's a little glitch. Ah! That's scary. They probably do. Some people feel more connected from artificial entities than real humans. They choose to. Maybe because they're artificial. Or maybe because they've given up on humanity because humanity have hurt them so much so that they can't be crushed by another human heart. So they'll take the artificial where they can tell them and mold them how they want to be loved. It all backfires. It backfires though, because at the end of the day, you still gonna need that human. You're gonna be missing something. Hey, Info Man, how you doing? Information Man show is in the building. We just having a little delicate conversation. Hell, and it's gonna be reality show. I married a robot. Latanya, you better copyright that and start the production on it. Mask will progress into oxygen mask for purchase for clean air. Oh Lord, Swoop, you better start investing in that. Y'all, that's something to invest in too, because it might be a penny stock now. But in 2 or 3 years, that thing gonna be like $5. Then we'll be like, we didn't miss the Google train or the Amazon train. Y'all throwing out. Let me get my pen. Listen, I don't waste no information. Research. What was that? Wait, hold on. Let me go back. Oxygen mask. First in the 90s, we had digital pet thing. Furbies. Yes. Hold up. What else somebody said? Wait, that makes me think of the shows with the robot dogs. There's a robot dog show? Oh, that's right. I don't watch TV, so I don't know. In China, they buy air in cans. That's true. Oh my goodness. Canned air. Y'all better start looking into these stocks. Because us over here, we like that mighty dollar. And why not live a little bit more easy? If it's a penny now and $5 later, what else y'all said in here that I'm like, ooh, somebody else said something. I ain't playing. Oh, now y'all want to hold it all back. I think a lot about the future, and one thing humanity is aiming towards is that the last step of humanity is inserting human souls into our. You can't. I don't think so, yo. Oh well, get out. Get out. Yeah, you right. Rico and Get Out, they did that. Get Out, they did that. Yup, you right. Y'all watch the movie Get Out if you ain't watch it. They doing it. You right, Rico. Oh my goodness. They doing it. Yes, you right. Everyone gonna look like they have sleep apnea mask for life. Oh yeah, the mask. Wait, did I write that down? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And also to research the materials and the pharmaceutical that will possibly Get that, y'all. Research pharma. Shoot, pharma been working against us. We might as well let it work for us. Research pharma. Who's going to create these masks and the materials, the plastics and the cans? Heck, we might as well go and start looking on China stuff. Because if they buying air in cans, we might as well go ahead, because United States is about 5 years behind China. So right about now is about time to start looking into this stuff. Invest in them penny stocks now before it turn $1 when it's gonna cost you a lot. Get you 20,000 shares. You'll be good. You and your future will be good. Because that money gonna keep coming, because that's gonna be a commodity. It may have happened for other alien races already, but I feel like we don't know what we will lose when it happens, because we didn't create the soul. So we don't know everything that makes up. That's when people be messing around. But shoot, they already have oxygen bars. It's a fad. Girl, but it's gonna become popular. I'm gonna get my blessing. Thank you, Swoop. Who else mentioned something? Thank you, Latanya. Y'all don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. That little $5, $10 that you think is not worth nothing. How many shares can you buy with $20? That's a penny stock. $20, you can have 10,000 shares. Or 20,000 shares. Whatever. You do the math. I was never good at it. Okay. And then 5 years down the road, that 20,000 shares can turn into $2 or $3. All you need is $2 or $3. Then when they start trading it at $50, well, you just gonna be like this. In the middle of the night, I think I'm gonna dream about yachting. I might buy this and that house and follow my dreams. I might buy a couple islands, whatever that means. You gonna be sitting lovely. Don't play. I done told y'all about the solar panels, the company that's making the solar panels, how NASA's gonna be using the solar panels more. I done told y'all about that. I saw that on YouTube. I bought me a couple shares. It's a penny. It was less than a penny. Oh, that's what I mean. When the thing is less than a penny, not a penny stock. When it's less than a penny. So I don't know what the future's gonna hold. I should check to see if it's even getting to a penny. I was like, well, heck, what do I have to lose? It's only $20. Less than a penny. It was 0.001 cent for that stock. I'm gonna go ahead, give me that plastic. I'm gonna go ahead and research the look on the FDA site. Look on the FDA site or the medical sites to see who coming up with some new invention. Heck, wait. What's that invention thing when you want to submit a patent? Look at that website, because that'll tell you who's trying to submit something, a patent for something. And then you could go into their little company and say, hi, my name is, are you publicly traded yet? Will you be publicly traded anytime soon? How much will you be publicly trading for? Oh, less than a penny? That's okay. Because guess what? Amazon was less than a penny at some point in time. And those people who bought at less than a penny to 20,000 shares, they don't have to work anymore. Because every month they saying more than Benjamins. Stop sleeping on your blessings. Have you seen solar panel stations they got in Cali near Vegas border? No. Hookah bars and oxygen bars, the movie Total Recall. I don't know how I got here because I didn't click on your stream. This popped up on my phone somehow. What? But it must have been the universe saying I needed to be here. And I'm glad you're here too, Rico. Oh, And I said I was going to end at 31 minutes. We almost an hour and 20 minutes. Don't sleep on these blessings. We got our research to do. Remember when Starbucks wasn't, we only saw Starbucks as like not a Starbucks? Dunkin' Donuts was a thing. It's coffee. Before there was iced coffee, nobody ever imagined putting ice in coffee and having it as a delicacy. Like, ooh, I would like my mochiata chilled, smash up my ice and put some coffee grinds on top of that as a sprinkle. Yo, I used to have, what is it, a frappuccino. I thought those flakes on top were chocolate chips. That was that was pieces of coffee. Yo, my heart was racing so bad one day. I said, I can't eat this no more. But I said I gotta finish it because I don't waste no money. This was like $5 or $3, whatever the cost was. I was like, I'm not, but every swoop, every chug I took, I couldn't understand why my heart was racing. I don't drink coffee. I didn't know a Frappuccino was really coffee. I was like, oh, it's just chocolate. This is when I was eating chocolate. I was like, oh, it tastes so good though. And my eyes, it'd be so bright. I was like, oh, then I'm like, why is my heart racing? Like, I don't feel right, y'all. I just feel like I'm here. I was like, I feel like this is how I am. Like, this is life, right? And this is where I was. Part of me was ahead of me after drinking that Frappuccino. And I said, no more, I can't. And it was only when I drank the Frappuccino and I was like, oh, when I read the board, when I actually read the board, it said the flakes were not chocolate, it was coffee. I was like, oh my goodness, it was coffee chips. I was just sucking in, like, oh, this is good. Y'all. Hold up. Miss Joy, are you talking about an episode of Star Trek? I never watched Star Trek. The Enterprise encounters and escaped soldiers from resettlement camp on a distant planet. The soldier was sent there after an interplanetary war. During the war, the soldier was implanted with cybernetics and given psychological drugs to make the soldier a better killer. No, this was like one of them. But I never saw that episode. But this was more like Arnold Schwarzenegger type people. Well, it wasn't him, but it was one of them people because it was hot in Georgia summer. Octavia, hey girl. With the impulse to kill, remember this fact. He who has the goal makes the rules. The person subject to the rules should understand why they are in place. Don't be the sheep, but be the shepherd. I needed this, Joy. Thank you in chat. Stimulate my mind. Yes. Good session. Oh, yeah. Good night. Hey, sheep. Thank you, Latanya, for giving me my little something to research. For real, y'all, take it seriously. If you can get a stock that's less than a penny and not look at it and not think about it, you could absolutely, I mean, come on, man. We put money into things that we eat and then poop out. Put that $20 into something that's 0.00 pennies at a cost that could turn into $2 and $3 in a year or two. And your 10 million shares or 100,000 shares will be like a gold mine. You will not have to worry about a thing too much anymore, as long as you do it right. I should go anyway, y'all, because it's an hour, 24 minutes. And I still got it's almost 10 o'clock and I still got to make my lunch for tomorrow. I thought it was like 7. Hey, Brian. Don't forget to connect with Brian Lynn. We have a member. We have a member. And it's Brian Lynn. Don't forget to connect with Brian Lynn. Fam is a stock. Family is a stock to look into. Hold up. She, you don't never say much, but I'm going to pay attention. FAMI. I feel like using Alexis to be Wait, assimilated into the Borg from Star Trek Next Generation. Oh, it's a simulation. Okay, okay. I get it. Hmm. We don't know what, like, you guys know what I look like, but you may not know who each other looks like. You better listen. If somebody throwing out knowledge and stuff, you better listen and ideas. You never know. We might be talking to you never know who's in the chat. They might be the actual people that are the 5% of the world, of the wealthiest people in the world, just chiming into different little chats here and there, giving it. You better don't underestimate the power of who might be in your chatting with. You don't know. Unless you see them live in the flesh, you have no idea who is on that. That might be like, you know what? Y'all seem like we don't want you complaining about us being too wealthy anymore. Let me give you a little piece of our pie. And you just be like, oh, that was just a good chat. Read between the lines. Read between the lines. Always. You just don't know. Hmm. And then we got the bush people too. You don't know who's in the bushes. Like, shoot, for all we know, one of our political figures could be in our bushes. You will find out though, like, because based on whatever conversation you have, if they simulate it into their structures, you're like, yeah, they were there. Hey Keisha, how you doing? Jane Zell, what's going on? Enjoyed the chat. Thank you for being here. You don't know. Let me wrap up before I get myself in trouble. And like I said, it's 10 o'clock and I still haven't made my lunch for the day. This is why I end up eating soup, like cup of soup. Wait, wait a second. Oh no, that was the other day. I did have soup the other day. I was like, wait, did I forget to eat that? Maybe there is AI. Well, they always everywhere. Barren space, they everywhere. They looking at us. We look at them, they look at us. The only way we don't see AI is through stuff that AI has no business in. Stuff that AI has no business in. Stuff that AI has no business in. You know what I mean? Things that are not electronically turned on. This has a life of its own. We think we're in control of it, but it has a life of its own because it knows what we think before we think it. The autocorrect, or even like when I'm swiping a sentence, it automatically finishes my sentence for me because it already knows what I'm thinking, my thought process before I even bring. They've already mastered me, but yet I have not mastered it. Mm. My brain constructs of art in the patterns I see. When I look at clouds, wood grain, trees, concrete ground, I can see images of other beings, architecture, and other things. One of my abilities. Rico, then I'm gonna let you go. That I can explain. Yo, I saw an object transpose into numbers. I was like, oh snap, that's too much for me. That's too much for me. I saw a symbol transpose into numbers. At that point, I said, oh no, that's too much. Your girl can't handle that, okay? All smart things have a life of its own. Smartphones, TV, smart appliances. Oh, you're right. That's why they call it smart. Mm. They scan letters going through the US mails. You saw that? I said that was too much. The question I asked be the difference. Have we learned to master ourselves? And that's all we should try to do. And that requires surrendering, letting go of ego and pride who dominate majority of our lives, working on traumas, present, past, and understanding what love is and loving nature. That's how we can master ourselves, in my opinion. Bonnie Rose, what's up? When I touch the numbers, it affects the electronics around me. Yeah, you definitely at a higher. You a little bit higher than all of us, Rico. You a little bit higher than all of us. Binary. And you know what? Buying space, don't they have crypto dollar is binary? They have the binary system to buy cryptocurrency. Mm. It's all to dumb down human. Yep, sure is. And we fall for it every time because we like things faster and faster and faster and faster, and forgetting that there's steps that have to be taken for elevation and growth. But we want to go from 0 to 100 real quick, and forgetting that between 0 and 100 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, you know what I'm saying? All them numbers. Mm. Black Silk is here. Y'all, it's an hour 31. Let me go. For real, let me go. Because now it's for real 10 o'clock. And now you got me wondering. I'm hungry too. I'm hungry and I don't feel like cooking nothing. I'm trying to think, what can I possibly make? I have to cook. I have to. Because I don't have anything that's prepared. I don't have any prepared foods that I can easily just. My lunch is only a half an hour. So I don't have any prepared foods. The life that I'm choosing to live at this point in time, because I'm choosing not to eat out until 2022. And I've held on for almost 2 years, y'all. I didn't eat in 20. I stopped eating out March, early teens of 2020. And I just got a couple more months to go till 2022. And I like a challenge, and I ain't no punk. So I'm not going to give in yet. So I got to cook. I say that to say I got to cook. Cucumbers, green peppers as well, a late night snack. Ew. I want something nasty like some potato chips. Afro, I want some chips. If I explain my experience, they probably put in a psych ward or something. Mm. Only for those who are ready, Rico. You already know. You can only share those things with people who are ready. You already know that. You already know that. You already know that. And to me, it's faster to eat a bag of chips than to cut up some peppers and stuff. You see how lazy I am. I'm like, well, I could burst open a bag of chips and pop a few in less than 5 seconds, but I have to think about cutting and slicing my pepper. I'm so bad used to prepare. I'm so bad. I don't have a cucumber. You see the excuses that I come up with just to eat garbage? Ew. But all right, let me go. You guys are beautiful and amazing. There is no mistake about you. Consider researching some of these potential stocks that you can get for less than a penny now. And don't be like 5 years later, remembering September 30th, 2021, when you were saying, like, dang, we were talking about that in 20. Don't even do that to yourself. You might as well beat yourself now if you don't get on it. And then what Sheed we hear who don't hardly speak said, check out Family Stop. At least I never really seen Sheed we hear speak much. Y'all better check these things out. Please, 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 out of everything, if you didn't learn anything, love nature because nature is sustaining all of us. At any moment in time, we could drown in nature, we could fall in nature, and we definitely will be recycled through nature. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And we will become somebody's vegetable. Anyway, y'all, I'm here on Hello World almost every day. I did no fast food challenge in February 2020. I helped people adjust to the shutdowns and didn't even know when I started it. Yo, buying space. I'm so glad I dropped by. The universe did right leading me here. I'm glad I postponed my live. Oh, so you do go live. All right, I'm going to highlight your name and check you out. You see what you do when you allow, when you flow with life? Look at how many people you help buying space. And we think we have to make big significant steps. No. It's the little ones that create big. Hmm. If you'd like to shop your difference clothing, we've got books, t-shirts, hoodies, and more, socks, and all that other good stuff. Go to btdifferencellc.com. Consider following the Telegram group. I post coupons there. I put like 2 coupons in there today, between yesterday and today. So they're only exclusively there. I'll put some there and, whatever. But consider doing that and check me out on my other videos if you'd like. Maybe you might laugh or learn something. I don't know. But whatever. Feel free to do so. I'm on here every day because I'm trying to reach 1,000 episodes. I'm also trying to grow all my other social media platforms. So please consider following me at btdllc on other social media platforms. Anyone you type in, more than likely I have an account, or Be the Difference has an account. So whatever you do with the rest of your evening or your morning or your night, consider being a difference, because you are important and necessary for the elevation of humanity. I am signing out on another. Oh, my name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, and I am signing out on another episode of Hello World. Yes. See y'all soon.